Okay guys, let us come to discuss about the one example, illustration number 2.6, page number 25. All of you say this. So the two clocks are being tested against the standard clock located in a national laboratory at Delhi, okay, as we discussed in the previous sessions. At 12 noon by the standard clock. So in standard clock, what is the time? Write down. In standard clock, if you consider standard clock, what is timing? 12:00:00. This is the timing in a standard clock. In a standard clock, the reading of these two clocks are given as, so this different 7 days are given to us. 4 o'clock 1, these are the reading. 4 o'clock 2, these are the reading. Okay, now what we have to finding out. So if you are doing an experiment that require the precision, underline precision time. Underline precision time requirement. Okay, precision time requirement. Which of the two clock will most prefer here? Okay, so we require the precision time. So first of all, what is precision and what is the what we can say? What is the accuracy? Accuracy means what? How close to the means measurement of any reading, measurement of any physical quantity is how close to the true value. That's called accuracy. And what resolution? That's called a precision. Let's say very simple. We have to find here. So for the clock one, these are the reading. So find the range of this one. So which one is the minimum reading? So 12, 12, 11 and 11. These both are 11. Okay, out of 5908, 5950. So this is the minimum reading. This is what? Minimum reading. Okay, now which one is the maximum reading? So 12, 12, 12, 12, 12 and 59, sorry, 1, 1, 1. So out of these 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Here 15, 50, 15 and 30. So this 50 is maximum. So this is the maximum reading. You just find the minimum reading and maximum reading. Then you just find the range of this one. So what this time is represents what is the time required to complete the 12 o'clock. So 5908. So 52 second. 52 second. And this one is what time after 12 o'clock. 1 minute means 60 second. Plus 50, so 60 plus 50, 110. So what is the total range? Total range of total range in reading. So 52 plus this one 60 plus 50, 110. So 2, 5 plus 1, 6 and 1. So 162 second. Here total what range? Minimum to maximum 162 second. Exactly similar here. Find the same thing. Find the same thing. Minimum reading. So 10, 10, 10. All are 10. Second one 15, 14, 14. Out of these two, 14 and 14. 59 and 53. So this is the minimum reading. This is the minimum reading. Here 59. Here 53. So minimum is 53. Now find the second one. 15, 15, 15, 15. Which one is the largest one? 6, 18, 7, 24, 11. So this is the largest one, 24. 24 is the largest. What is the total time? So complete this one at 10, 15. What is 10, 15? How much time required to complete the 10, 15? Because all readings are given in 10, 15, 10, 15, 10, 15. So time is 7 seconds. Yes or no? If you add the 7 second here, then 15 minutes is completed. So 7 second plus after 15 minutes, how much time here? 24. So 24. So 24 plus 7, 24 plus 6, 30 and 31 second. What is this? 31. So what is the resolution here? 152. And what is the resolution here? 31 second. Which is the more precise? Out of this, so which one is the more precise? So we can say that this is more precise. Actually, this is more accurate. All the reading are near to 12 o'clock. So this clock represents more accurate and this clock represents the more precise. And as per our example, what we want? More precise. So clock 2 is preferred for that zero reading error. Zero error is easily eliminated from any reading. From any measurement, zero error is easily eliminated. Okay, so this clock is more precise compared to this one. Why? Its reading are near to the 12 o'clock, but it is not more precise. Which one is more precise? This one. Okay, all of you guys must be note this example in your books properly. Also, you just go through the textbook, the solution of the textbook. Okay, so you just understand how the solution is given in a textbook. Okay, all of you guys must be note this. Okay guys, let's come to this example based on error analysis. See the illustration number 2.7. Illustration number 2.7, page number 25. What is the problem statement? We measure the period of oscillation of a simple pendulum. First of all, what is simple pendulum? If you just connect one bob with the string like this, then this type of object is considered as a, or this type of arrangement is considered as a simple pendulum. Okay, this is called a simple pendulum. We discuss about simple pendulum in detail in later on. Okay, but this is called a simple pendulum. Okay, so we measure the time period of oscillation. So this simple pendulum are oscillates like this. Okay, this simple pendulum oscillates like this. So when it is oscillate, we just measure the time period, and this measurement are given as, let's write the reading of measurement. So readings, write down the readings which is given in a problem statement. 2.63 second, 2.63 second, 2.56 second, 2.56 second, 2.42 second, then 2.71 second, and last one 2.80 second. 2.80 second. These are the reading of this experiment. Calculate the absolute error. First of all, what is absolute error? What is absolute error? So absolute error we discussed in a previous session. Go through this one, then you just try to solve out. Okay, and second one, calculate the relative error. Calculate the absolute error, calculate the relative error, and calculate the percentage error. Okay, as we discussed in theory, if we just consider any physical property A and measure this all this type of quantity, generally time period is denotes by the capital T. So this is the reading of time period. Reading of time period. This is generally denoted by capital T. So first find the mean value of this one, because if you want absolute error, you must be required a mean value. Mean value is considered as a true value. Okay, let's write mean time period. What is mean time period? T mean is equal to summation of this all. So T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T4 plus T5. So T1 plus T2 plus T3 plus T4 plus T5. How many readings you have? We have 5 readings. So divide by 5. Okay, what is this problem? What is this mean value in the case of theory? We consider A1 plus A2 plus 2 plus AN upon N. Means which one is the last term? 5. So divide by 5. So this is the mean value. So put this all this value here. 2.63 plus 2.56 like this. 2.63 plus 2.56 plus 2.42 plus 2.71 plus 2.80 divide by 5. So finally, after calculating this one, you get the answer 2.624 second. T mean is equal to 2.624 second. You get this answer. after calculating. Okay, now let us be correct this one. Actually we are not studying about the significant digit. This is the next topic. Okay, but if you consider the significant digit here, then how many digit after decimal point in all this reading? See how many readings here, see, after decimal point. So 2 digits, 2 digits, 2 digits, 2 digits and 2 digits. How many digits after decimal point? 2. How many? 2. So here how many digits? 1, 2, 3. So you must be write this answer up to 2 decimal point. You write this answer up to 2 decimal point, up to 2 digits, sorry, up to 2 digit after decimal point. Okay, so let's we write this answer after up to 2 digit after decimal one. So 2 point, so that is a decimal point. How many digits? 1, 2, 3. You just write up to the 2 value. So that one is a 4. So round of this one. So by the round of t mean is equal to 2.62 second. 2.62 second. Why? This all this reading are given with the 2 digit after decimal. So they see every value. Okay, so we must be write this answer up to the 2. So let's find the mean absolute error in each reading. Absolute error. So this is considered a true value. This one is considered as a true value. So what is absolute error? So delta T1 is equal to T mean minus first reading, delta T2 T mean minus second reading, delta T3 T mean minus third reading. So let's find this all this one. 2.62 minus first reading 2.63, 2.63. Find by yourself delta T2. So true value minus second value 2.56 second, 2.56 second. Find by yourself. T3 is equal to mean value 2.62 minus this value 2.42, 2.42. Find by yourself. Delta T4 mean value minus fourth value 1, 2, 3, fourth 2.71, 2.71. Find by yourself. Delta T5 2.62 minus last value 2.80. Find by yourself. So first of all of you guys find this value. Let's I am write this value, all this value here which is given here. Let's we write all this. First you find this all value by yourself. Okay, then after you just compare your answer. 0.01, second one minus 0.06 minus 0.20 minus plus this is minus 0.09 and minus 0.18. Actually in a textbook this value is find in opposite way. This one minus this one, you just change the sign. Okay, the answer is same, don't worry about it. You just change the sign. If you consider 2.63 minus 2.62, then answer is plus. Here in textbook this type of case is given. Reading minus original value, reading minus mean value. Don't worry about it, but this type of error you just get. Okay, again if you take 2.63 minus 2.62, you get plus 0.01. 2.56 minus 2.62, you get minus 0.0. So in the textbook this type of answer is given to us. Let's find the mean value. What is the mean value? As we know, the mean absolute error. So delta T mean is equal to, as we discussed in a theory session, we just consider only magnitudes. We are not consider this plus or minus sign as we discussed. Okay, so delta T1 plus mod delta T2 plus 2 plus mod delta T5 upon how many readings you have? 5. So you just consider only magnitudes in the case of delta T mean as we discussed in a theory. So let's put this whole value. What we get? 0.01 plus 0.06 plus 0.20 plus 0.09 plus 0.18 upon 5. So you get this answer. Delta T mean is equal to, what is this answer? Is equal to 0.11 second. 0.11 second. So how you write the time period? So as we write the any physical quantity in this way, A is equal to A mean plus or minus A delta A mean. So here the time period is written like this. T is equal to T mean plus or minus delta T mean. What is T mean? 2.62 plus or minus 0.11 seconds. So this is the one way to write the answer. Okay, you just correct this value up to the significant, as we do not study about significant, but you just correct it. Here if this value is 2.62 to 0.11, okay. So when you write this value, if you write this value, then what is your answer? Maybe you just using the plus sign. Then what? 2 plus 1, 6 plus 1, 7, 3. Sorry, minimum value is which one? Take a minus 1. So 2 point, minimum value is what? 62 minus 11. 62 minus 11, you must be understand. 62 minus 11. What is 62 minus 11? So 2 minus 1, 1. 6 minus 1, 5. 2. Maximum value 2.62 plus 0.11. So 2 plus 1, 3. 6 plus 1, 7. So this value is vary between these two. The time period of this simple pendulum is varying between 2.51 to 2.73. So here see, this digit is as it is 2. क्लियर है सबको? ए डिजिट में तो कोई चेंज हो ही नहीं रहा है. यहाँ पे क्या होता है? 5 से कहाँ तक वेरी होता है? 7 तक, मतलब 5, 6 और 7 यहाँ पे चलता है. तो इस डिजिट में एरर है. इस डिजिट में 1 2 3 तक होता है 1 2 3 तक होता है. तो इसमें भी एरर है. तो हम तो कोई एक ही डिजिट एरर के साथ ले सकते हैं, 2 डिजिट एरर के साथ कभी होते नहीं है. ठीक है, कोई एक ही डिजिट एरर के साथ लो. मतलब इसको भी आपको राउंड ऑफ तक लिखना पड़ेगा. तो हम डेसिमल पॉइंट के बाद एक ही डिजिट काउंट करेंगे, 2 डिजिट नहीं रखेंगे. क्यों? यहाँ पे इसमें भी एरर है, इसमें भी एरर है. तो एरर वाला कोई एक डिजिट रखो, एक डिजिट निकाल दो. ठीक है, तो मतलब इसको कहाँ तक हम ले सकते हैं? तो मतलब टाइम वैल्यू आ गई यहाँ पे. t इज इक्वल, दोनों में लास्ट डिजिट निकाल दो, लास्ट डिजिट दोनों में निकाल दो. तो 2.6 प्लस और माइनस 0.1 सेकेंड. 2.6 plus or minus 0.1. So do you understand? Do you understand? Now what is relative error and percentage error? This one is a absolute error. Now write the relative error. We have to finding out relative error. So relative error is equal to delta t upon t. So delta t 0.1 and t 2.6. So 0.1 upon 2.6. You just solve by yourself. This is in homework. Okay. And what is percentage error? Percentage error. Multiply 100 by 100 to the relative error. That's called a percentage error. So delta t upon delta t upon t multiplied by 100 percentage. What is delta t here? This one is represents delta t, and what is t represents this one. Actually delta t mean upon t mean ऐसा कुछ लिखा है मैंने यहाँ पे. क्या लिखा है यहाँ पे? डेल्टा टी मीन अपॉन टी मीन. इसका टी ये नहीं लिखना है यहाँ पे ए टी है. चलो मीन लिख देते हैं. अगर मीन लिखो फिर से आप ये लिख दोगे. ठीक है, तो मतलब ये समझो आप यहाँ डेल्टा टी कहाँ है, क्या है यहाँ पे, डेल्टा टी जो है ये 0.1 सेकेंड है, टी क्या है यहाँ पे 2.6 है, तो 0.1/2, दिस इज द रिलेटिव एरर. एंड व्हाट इज परसेंटेज एरर, सो परसेंटेज एरर रिलेटिव एरर को 100 से मल्टीप्लाई करो, दैट्स मीन्स यू जस्ट कन्वर्ट द वैल्यू इन टर्म्स ऑफ परसेंटेज. सो व्हेन यू कन्वर्ट द वैल्यू इन परसेंटेज यू मस्ट बी मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100%. सो यहाँ पे जो भी आंसर आया उसको 100 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दो, आपको आंसर आ जाएगा. फर्स्ट यू कैलकुलेट दिस, ओके, आफ्टर कैलकुलेटिंग यू गेट दिस आंसर 4%. व्हाट यू गेट हियर, आपका आंसर 4% यहाँ पे आ जाएगा आफ्टर कैलकुलेटिंग. ओके, फिर से बोल रहा हूँ, इसमें डेल्टा टी क्या है और टी क्या है, मतलब जो भी आपको टी का आंसर मिला है उसमें प्लस और माइनस के बाद जो है उसको डेल्टा टी बोलना है, और प्लस और माइनस के पहले जो है उसको टी बोलना है. ठीक है, तो आप यहाँ इसको यहाँ पे ध्यान में रखना, यहाँ पे डेल्टा टी और टी मतलब पूरा नहीं लेना है, ये तो टी की रिप्रेजेंटेशन की मेथड है. एरर में हम इस तरह से उसको लिखते हैं, उसमें जो भी फर्स्ट टर्म होता है उसको टी बोलते हैं और सेकंड टर्म होता है उसको डेल्टा टी बोलते हैं. ठीक है, तो रिलेटिव एरर का इक्वेशन है, परसेंटेज एरर का इक्वेशन है, तो दोनों में वैल्यू पुट करके आप इसका आंसर फाइंड कर सकते हो. आफ्टर पुटिंग दिस वैल्यू यू गेट दिस आंसर 4%. इट इज गिवन इन अ टेक्स्ट बुक. ओके, all of you guys must be note this example in your books properly. Okay, note it.